Oh, oh. Broadside. Here we go.
The Ontario experience is the next best thing to going on the adventure yourself. And who knows, this unique show just might give you some ideas for your next fishing or hunting trip.
The lodges and resorts in Ontario are waiting to welcome you back once we can travel again safely. So stay tuned, as watching this episode is almost as good as being there. We're on a moose hunt. Can you believe it? A moose hunt. I'm so pumped for this trip. I can't wait to get this started. We got our guides down by the boat waiting for us to take us out on our first day. So I'm up with Boyd and Luke last night, just getting set up, heading out for the first hunt. Boyd's gonna take me out. We're gonna try to find a moose today. If not, Luke's gonna stay back, set up a few things. We're all gonna go out tomorrow. Hopefully we hook up with a moose. So just heading out. Boyd and I heading out on our first day. So Boyd, what's our plan right now? We're gonna go just do some scouting. We're gonna go set up and call. What do you think our first?
We've already been out and had a bit of a look around. We found a few trails.
Okay.
We're gonna probably set up a call and see if we can get one to come at us right away.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, we're off. I tell you what, when you're talking about moose hunting, your adrenaline is going just the whole time you're out there. It's been my absolute dream to put a moose down. It seems like it doesn't matter when it comes to moose. It never comes off your bucket list. This isn't the first moose hunt I've ever done. It seems like you turn that page to the calendar, that moose is still on that bucket list every year. So hopefully I make it happen this year. It's an exciting hunt. Big game is awesome, but moose is, in my opinion, the ultimate of big game.
So just a minute ago, I was talking about how woozy this looks. Not 20 feet into the woods, there's moose tracks coming right along his edge. The salt water sheet back here, you have lake here. It's just totally ideal for what we're looking for. It's exactly what we're looking for. So.
A day of scouting and calling under our belt, and we were ready for dinner. Some rest and more hunting the following day. We got here a couple days ago. The boys have been out searching before we got in. I think you guys saw some activity as well, right?
We pulled into a bay and there's a cow and a calf down in there. I tried to sneak around them, and that's where we set up when we heard the bull grunts the next morning. So we're gonna go back and give that a go again.
Yep, we set up. We heard some activity. We actually called out. We had some calling back. We had some moose talking to us. So we tried a few other spots. We did some searching, some scouting. That seemed to be the best spot right now. We're going back to spot one. Looks like a lot of promise, right?
It is. There's tracks everywhere. But I mean, the truth is, there isn't a bad spot. We just need to find the right spot with the bull there right now. Here we go.
Yes!
Oh yeah!
Oh yes! He is a big ball!
I'm coming for a
There's a
manhunt.
big ball! Big ball!
Oh, awesome, man.
First,
Oh yeah.
first moose of my life!
I hope you brought your
First
knife.
I did! Yes!
That's awesome, buddy.
Okay, that is so awesome!
Good job, guys.
There it is! Dude, it's right there! Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Oh my gosh, look at the size of this thing. You guys get in here and look at this animal. It's a beast! Whoa! But I tell you what, when you're talking about moose, there is no shrinkage. I took about a 225-yard shot to here.
You can see the eyes right there. It's a perfect tracking
Oh
job.
man, this is an adrenaline rush. When you're talking about big moose hunting, obviously it's Excellent Adventures. The proof is right here. And when it comes to Excellent Adventures, you're talking about some of the best guides around for guides. You got Luke and Boyd. These guys know how to call. You saw this stuff on the footage. It's crazy. This moose was back in the woods. These guys called this moose back out. He was pissed. Gave me a great shot.
Yep.
You know what? Again, Excellent Adventures is a place to call, but this is what you call an ultimate Ontario experience. We're up bright and early, we're loading up our plane, and we're heading into Birch Bark Lodge. Now you may remember a couple years ago, I was standing on that very dock talking about going on a bucket list moose hunt to Birch Bark Lodge. Well, this is how that hunt ended back then. Unfortunately, we didn't connect on a moose, but the Ontario experience up here was fantastic at Birch Bark Lodge. These experiences are going to be with me for a lifetime. What a fantastic wilderness-filled trip. Lots of new memories and lifelong friendships. Well, all good things come to an end. We got to take off, head to our next Ontario experience. You know, Mike and Kim were gracious enough to let me come back and close out that chapter on that bucket list moose hunt. This time, I am pulling out all the stops. I'm bringing in a secret weapon.
After you arrive in Pickle Lake, it's a short flight out here to the lodge. You'll notice how really remote you are as you're flying out. You won't see any roads, any power lines. You get here, you land, and it's just complete solitude. The wind, the birds, the trees, the fishing, it's just a very, very relaxing trip. when we purchased it, it didn't really have a name. So Kim did some research and found out the lake name Wigwascence means birch bark or birch tree. So we named it Birch Bark Lodge.
So I have left you hanging long enough. When I'm talking about the secret weapon, I'm talking about Glenn Boyd. This guy put me on a giant bull last year. What do you think? Are we gonna go do it again?
We're gonna do our best to do it again. It's warm. It is warm. I mean, I'm wearing shorts and it's moose season, so it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna put some time in, some hours in, and see what happens.
Day one, moose hunting, Birch Bark Lodge. My main goal right now is to go after a bull. If we see a cow, at least the first couple days, I think what we're gonna do is set up on her and call, and because typically when you got a cow in the area, it's breeding season, so a bull's not too far away. It's gonna be an exciting trip. My adrenaline's already really getting up there, so let's get the day going.
The whole moose hunting thing for me started as a young man walking with my dad and putting on the miles. It's a little different style of hunting than we get to do up here with the seasons being a little later and stuff, but it still installed that passion and drive to try and shoot a bigger moose, and now I love it because I get to see other people shoot moose, and guiding Ty last year to that giant was a pretty spectacular feat, and yeah, maybe we got a little lucky, but I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
We spent our first morning scouting by boat, our heads on a swivel for moose and moose sign. We stopped in a few areas to look and call, and then would keep moving for even better habitat. This is pretty much a warm-up to put our hunt together for the week, and everything got off to a good start.
Birch Bark Lodge, what are we here for? Moose hunting. Last night, Willie, another guest here at Birch Bark, closed the deal on a beautiful, what was it, 47 incher?
47, yep.
It was a giant. Is this your first moose hunt?
My first one that I got to kill a moose on, actually, yes. Very first. This was nice. He walked up out of that patch of timber he was in, and we spotted him from the river, docked our boat, jumped on some high ground, and put a bullet in him, and it was over. He sat right down.
That's what it's about, putting them down right away. You don't have to do much tracking on that one last night. Now it's my turn. When I came around the corner, I could smell that bull. He was full of musk, which means they're in rut. It's mid-September and they are rutting right now. We actually went out this morning, ran into a cow, which is good news. There's a bull that we came in behind us too, so they are starting to fight and find those cows. It's the rut. The funnest time of the year, big bull moose.
Absolutely. And I hope you get one tonight so I can help you haul it out too.
Me too. I can't wait.
For our day 2 hunt, we towed a canoe with to push a bit further back in the bush, where we were hearing moose respond to our calls. All indications pointed to moose in the area, and I was excited to get to our spot and set up.
Look at this. Fresh browse. I know it's fresh because it hasn't turned brown yet, so it's happened in the last day to 2 days. If you look down the shoreline, it looks exactly like this. They've been mowing this down, which is awesome. We actually set up down the way the day before yesterday. Did hear a bull call back. We gave it a break, did some scouting, came back. You know what? This is the only place we've found so far with browse, which means they're not just passing through, they're actually living here.
Yes. Wait,
No. That's awesome. 2 years in a row,
what
bro.
did I tell you? The secret weapon. This guy can call, man. We've been working so hard all week. We've ran into heat. We ran into the wrong wind. But you know what? They have been talking to us all week. We've been calling to them. They've been vocalizing back.
Even with the heat, but we just get a, whoa, okay, they're there. And then we get all excited to go hunt there, and we couldn't hunt there because the wind was wrong. And you can't fool their nose. You just can't do it.
You know what? Let's get our stuff together. We're gonna give her some time. We're gonna get back to camp and grab a couple guys back there. Because guess what? We helped another guy at camp this week.
We earned help.
That's right. He shot a nice bull, and he said, "If you guys shoot one, come get me because I'm helping." So.
Two years in a row, baby.
Look at this thing.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, and it's about eating them, right?
It's about eating them, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They don't come in a small size.
No,
They
they don't make a small moose.
This has been just an awesome hunt. Like I said, I pulled in the secret weapon for this trip and it paid off once again. You know, it's about camaraderie and spending time with friends. Boyd and I, in the off season, after last year, he called in a giant bull for me and we connected on that one, stayed connected, become good friends, and I asked him, hey Boyd, how about you come and do it with me again at Birch Bark? He was all over it.
I'm glad I did.
He made it happen.
Yeah, man.
This is so fun. Moose hunting is just a pinnacle of big game hunting. And you know what? This has been...
Oh, yeah. It's been a tough week. We've had all kinds of weather. Then we'd hear a bull grunt, we'd be excited about that, and the wind would be wrong for the next day, we'd have to leave it. And that's just moose hunting part of it.
That's hunting in general. I mean, you gotta deal with the elements, and you gotta deal with, I mean, you can't pattern moose.
No.
So you gotta go find areas that look like we were hunting today, and you gotta make adjustments. It wasn't ideal, but we found a point adjacent to where we actually saw her come out 2 days prior. We gave it some time. We knew there might be bull in the area too, so.
Hey, this late in the hunt and how hard we worked, we're not that picky.
We got a day and a half left of hunting, and they're calling for a lot of rain and some thunderstorms, so I've shot a big bull, and I'm a big game hunter. I love trophy hunting, but it's also about what you're putting on the table. And you know what? This has been an adrenaline-filled Ontario experience.
With any moose kill comes a little work to field dress the animal. In our case, hunting past a beaver dam a ways up the creek, there was some work to do. But with the help of Glenn, lodge owners Mike and Kim Pearson, and my new friends, it all came off smoothly. All I can say is what a great hunt, and something every hunter should experience at least once in their lifetime. And yes, if you're wondering, there will be plenty of Moose Wellington in my future. Just remember, the wildlife will be waiting for you in Ontario when we are able to travel again safely.